Hi everybody, my name's Gemma Milburn. I'm a vocal coach and a professional singer, and in July 2023, at the age of 38 years old, I found out that I have a tongue tie. Something that had never occurred to me, but that explained quite a few things that I'd had all my life and also pointed some out to me that I'd been completely oblivious to. If you want to know more about those things, I've made other videos on those topics, so please go back and watch them. On my channel, there's a playlist all about tongue tie stuff, and you can catch up there. Today, I've actually had a request to do a video with some of the myofunctional therapy exercises in that I've been working with my myofunctional therapist. I'm on week 8 now. I'm having my surgery soon. It's all going really well. It's really fun, really interesting. So I'm going to show you some of the exercises. But before I do that, I would like to be really clear. I'm showing them for entertainment and curiosity purposes for anyone who just kind of doesn't know what a myofunctional therapy exercise might entail. I am not in any way qualified to teach anyone these exercises, and I'm not coming from a place of, hey, if you do this, your X result will happen, because I don't know that. I have no idea. I'm not trained in that area. Also, bear in mind that I have a tongue tie still, and I'm still in the treatment process. So I am very likely not doing these exercises very well. I'm not a role model to copy. If you're looking for someone to learn the exercises off, please don't learn them off me. Please contact a professional and get them to assess your unique situation and assign you some exercises. That's the third thing I want to say is, as well, something I've found is that when I went for my assessment, my tongue tie assessment with my myofunctional therapist, she did a real thorough assessment of my whole needs and all the things that my tongue tie has affected for me, and I'm quite certain she's put together a program of exercises unique to me and my situation. So I cannot, for a start, claim that these exercises will be at all appropriate for you and your situation, because I don't know that. So I'm basically showing you these for fun. So if you want to see some fun exercises that you might not have seen before, then you've come to the right place. And also to see me fumble over them, because I've been doing it for 8 weeks now, and the ones that I'm going to show you are ones that I actually haven't done for a while. Some of the easier ones. I'm on like a different phase of treatment now, and I might show you that further down the line. But these ones all have like props and things, so I thought they were cool for you all to look at. So one thing I've learned is that myofunctional therapy is not just about the tongue. I thought it was going to be like tongue exercises, and some of them are, but some of them are lip exercises, because being able to have a good mouth seal is really important, and many tongue-tied people do not. We have a tendency to mouth breathe because the tongue is in the bottom of the mouth rather than on the roof of the mouth, and that means we have more of an open mouth seal, and these lip muscles don't get strong enough over time. So some of the exercises are for the lips and the face. Some are for the jaw. I had is better now, but I had a very restricted jaw, probably from having to compensate, keeping my jaw quite closed in order for my tongue to be able to do the things it needed to do inside my mouth. I had to keep my jaw quite closed, and from a lifetime of that, my jaw was quite restricted. Some of them are for the jaw. Some of them are for the tongue. A lot of them are for the tongue. But I was surprised. It was more of a multi-face, throat, tongue experience. You'll see in a second. So, great. I'm going to show you the first one then. So, the first one is button pops. So, I haven't done this in ages, so I'm probably going to get it wrong. So, you put the button in your mouth. I just gave it a little firm tug to kind of create some resistance between my lips and the button. And then pull it out so it makes a little pop noise. I didn't do that very well. It's been a while. Yeah. And then over time, I then graduated to doing side ones as well. On the other side, might as well balance it out. So you kind of pull it gently so you feel the muscles in your face and the button sort of create a bit of resistance against each other, and then pull it out so it makes a little pop noise. When I first started this one, it didn't always make a pop because I didn't always have the strength there to create the resistance. But I do now. So it's fun. It's a really fun exercise and surprisingly tiring. I can feel it in my face now already, having done that. So that's a really fun little exercise. And a hidden benefit to some of these exercises is that actually my face is changing. So I'm seeing in the mirror, when I look in the mirror, I can see changes in my face. And in some of the update photos that me and my myofunctional therapist are taking, my face is changing due to the change in the muscles. So that's pretty cool as well. So button pops, that one is. The next one is, I don't know the name of this one, but I have a piece of string, it's just come undone, with this little hoop is basically a weight tied onto the end. Now this isn't, I started off with a much lighter weight than this, so if you are feeling like trying this at home, folks, you might find it hard. Like I started off with like a sandwich bag clip, something much lighter. This one, I'll show you it. So right here. So I'm gathering the string up in the middle of my tongue and basically weightlifting. So that one I think is to strengthen, and my tongue has to pull back, retract a bit, so it's helping me do that, and I can really also feel it in my face and jaw muscles as well at the same time. Oh, try again. And at the end you check that the strings are all gathered up on your tongue, and that's how you know you've done it right. That one as well, you have to make sure that your lips are closed, because I guess it would be tempting to do it like that, but by keeping your lips closed, I think it helps the tongue to do the work, I believe. Let me try again. Definitely does. So that one's good fun. Haven't done that one in a while actually. And I'm doing these, I've moved on actually. I'm not doing these ones anymore, but I'm doing my myo exercises 3 times a day, every day. So it's a big commitment. It's a lot of work and it's tiring. So, you know, if you are considering the process yourself, it's fun and I recommend it, but it is a big commitment. So, next one. Oh, I like this one. And just so you know, I should have said this at the start, I'm not doing these in any particular order. I've chosen a selection of exercises that I found particularly fun, that I think would be cool for you to see on a video. They aren't a well-balanced program, I don't think. I'm sure that my myo looks each week and makes sure that I have like a balanced program of exercises that week. I haven't done that here. This is literally me picking ones that I think are good fun, that span the weeks that I haven't necessarily used these in the same week as each other. Every week they kind of move on a little bit. So if you are remotely tempted to copy these exercises, please know this is not a well-balanced program and you need to go and see someone who actually knows what they're doing. So this next one of my favorites, and I haven't done it in a while and I definitely couldn't do it when I first started. So I'm going to show you it first. So you stick your tongue out horizontally. I never used to be able to do that. And then I'm going to move my tongue side to side and then up. And the idea is that your jaw shouldn't follow the tongue. It's tempting for the to go, I actually can't do that anymore, but when the tongue goes to the side, for the jaw to follow it, kind of thing to happen. This was a really, I don't know what the word is, impactful exercise for me. I found after doing this for a week, like my tongue looked different. It's slimmer. I never used to be able to stick my tongue out like that and have it be like slim. It used to be more like, and now it's, because I have that strength in the length of my tongue, which is really cool. So yes, one of my favourite ones. And I do find the singers I work with, I have experimented with this on them. Again, not in the context of them having a tongue tie, but in terms of having a strong tongue. This is a really, really, really useful exercise for singers. I think as long as you are, I recommend looking in the mirror to do it and being aware of what your jaw is doing. It's basically a very beneficial exercise to do. So give it a go, but not too much. So, okay. The next one is the cave. Now, the cave is, I think, a really famous one. I'd actually seen it on YouTube before I even was assigned this exercise. The cave is it's lingual palatal suction, and it's an exercise that lifts the body of the tongue. So I can lift the tip. Never used to be able to do that either. So lift the tip and put it behind my front teeth on the incisive papilla. That one's like a lift, but then the next step in this is lifting the body of the tongue up in like a suction, as if you're going to make a click sound. So I don't know if you can see. I'm going to try that angle. That would be it, just touching the spot, as they call it. But then to suction, the body of the tongue has to go up. And it's called the cave because the idea is that with strength, you will create these two caves down the side, separated by the frenulum in the middle. I did not used to be able to do that. And it's got tons better. The cave hold is a really good one, and in Myo it has progressed each week, so I've had to add more complicated things to it over time. Again, I suggest just starting off with a simple one. So if you can do like a click or a one, you hold it for, so you go, so holding it for 3, 1, 2, 3, click. My screen is liking what I'm doing here. And over time, that body of the tongue gets stronger. I don't know if I can do the next more difficult one on camera, but if you want to experiment with it some more, you can do the cave. I don't know what that's called, but with your jaw opening and closing. I can really see how lopsided my face is when I do that one. That's a fun one. One of the exercises I did at the start, I think it was in the very first week of Myo, when my jaw was really restricted, was this called this, I think it's called a wafer slide. So you put this wafer thing in between your teeth. I haven't done this in ages, so I'm probably going to get it completely wrong. Oh yeah, I am getting it completely wrong. Basically, I'm using the piece of plastic to slide my teeth against, so I can move my jaw forwards and back, forwards and back. There we go. Yeah, this is harder than it was a few weeks ago. Yeah, I'm not going to embarrass myself on camera anymore, but you get the idea. So it's addressing range of motion of the jaw as well. Yeah, there we go. And then the final one that I thought I'd show you all is using my Myo munchie. So it's it's made of silicone, I believe, and it's designed specifically for myofunctional therapy. And what I do with it is I put it in my mouth. It's got a little bit on here, which is your reference point for where you should put your tongue. Again, because many of us tongue-tied people, our tongues tend to rest on the floor of our mouth, and this shows us a spot to aim for on the roof of the mouth. So you use that as your place to, first of all, to know if you're putting it in your mouth the right way up. And what I did there was I closed my lips around it first to make sure I had a seal around it, and then once I'd done that, I put my tongue up to this bit here. And I have to do a mixture of static, so holding it in my mouth for quite a while at a time, which is surprisingly hard. And chewing, that was supposed to be. Then I have to chew it in my mouth for minutes at a time. When you pull it out, you do a little suction to make it less messy. Let's face it. So this one, it's surprisingly difficult. It is, first of all, a way of encouraging the tongue to sit higher in the mouth, and a way, because my chewing personally is lopsided from years of struggling to move my tongue around my mouth. I've learned to just kind of chew on one side of my face. I'm now chewing equally on both sides. Trying to, anyway. And it's, I know for me, I don't know if this is necessarily one of the things that this is supposed to do, but with me having like a restricted jaw and also jaw malocclusion, it guides my jaw into a good place. There's also that element of lip seal at the front as well. And yeah, it's a really great tool. I really like this one because it's harder than it looks when I have to hold it in there for like 30 minutes at a time. By the end, I'm really desperate to remove it from my mouth because it is strenuous and I like dribble and it's not attractive, but it's been a really useful part of the whole process. So there you go. Those are my top 6 fun myo exercises. There are loads more, and like I said, it progresses every week. And at the moment, most of what I'm doing, or a lot of what I'm doing, is around swallowing and chewing, as those are things that I haven't done very well throughout my lifetime. I'm now having to relearn how to swallow drinks and how to chew my food, which I didn't even know I was doing wrong. But in order to make sure that I'm in good habits going forwards, then I have to do this. Also, you might notice that I have quite a pronounced over jet with my teeth, and that is due to tongue thrust swallow. So making sure I don't continue to do that, that my tongue function is good, means that I may be able to actually get some orthodontic treatment that will work at some point, which I'm pretty excited about. And the strengthening of my lips and my face mean that there's some kind of backwards resistance against my teeth so that they're less likely to creep forward. So it's really cool. I'm really enjoying it. I've noticed, I think my main priority in starting this process was that it would help my singing, and at this point it definitely has, if only because I can open my mouth more than before. That is definitely helping. The downside is that even though I can now open my mouth more, my tongue can't move with my jaw. Well, it can only move with my jaw. It can't move independently of my jaw. So although I can open my mouth more, my tongue is still very much stuck down there. So I still can't move that as well as I would like to. But hopefully once I've had the release next month, that will change. So these were some of my favourite myo exercises. If you'd like to see some more, I'm happy to share. Another thing I've been doing is buteyko breathing, and I've really surprisingly loved that. That has helped me to sleep much better, and that's been a surprising result that I've had from all of this myofunctional therapy. In fact, probably even more than the improvements to my singing is the improvements to my sleep and the awareness that I've gathered through having a couple of good nights sleep and going, oh, I haven't been sleeping that well for my whole life. So yeah, it's really eye-opening, and like as you can see, it's fun. Like there's lots of little tools and things to use. um Quite hard, quite a big commitment, um, but super fun, super worth it. And I've learned some stuff that I can use to help my singers to improve the function of their tongues and their strength of their faces, which is pretty cool too. So, um, I will be back soon to chat about the next stage of things. Um, if you have any specific questions, let me know, and I will make sure I do a video about that. But in the meantime, let me know what you think of these exercises. Have you done any of these yourself as part of your myo journey? What results have you got from them? Um, yeah, I'm really curious to know. But thanks for watching. Speak to you soon.